27, here we go, on the road, 27.
Hello, this is Stan Smith from Pushing Social, and this is episode number 2 of the Fix My Blog series. And on Fix My Blog, what I do is I go through and I give advice, give some frank feedback, but most of all, I provide a way forward for that particular blog. So I am excited today to review Live Your Life on Purpose, which is a blog written by Steve. So right from the very beginning, and one of the things I like doing on Fix My Blog is I give my frank opinion, my first impression of the blog when we go in. And my first impression of Live Your Life on Purpose is, number one, it's using a premium theme. This looks like a theme from Studio Press, perhaps the Magazine Pro theme that they have. The good news is that when you use a professional theme like this, a lot of your layout decisions are taken care of for you. So you don't have to worry so much about your blog not looking professional when you first come in. So as you can see from Live Your Life on Purpose here, they are using a professional theme. It does look great. They're using some of the standard widgets that are provided with Studio Press themes. For example, this widget right here for the newsletter, that is something that is offered by Studio Press, as well as the simple share icons widget here that does their share icons, and it looks great here. And these are widgets for top posts or recent posts, as well as the Google About, and just a very simple affiliate widget provided by Amazon, or an affiliate advertising or banner provided by Amazon as well. So this theme is doing a lot of the hard work, and I congratulate Steve for making a good first move in doing this. So the next thing is that Steve, when he offered his site to be profiled on Fix My Blog, he said that he had a low traffic and he had a high bounce rate, and he was concerned about those two. Now, the very first thing I want to tackle is the high bounce rate. Now, bounce rate measures how many people have visited the blog and left without visiting another page. So these are one-page visits. Normally, for a blog, you are going to see high bounce rates simply because when a person comes to a blog, they're usually coming because they saw a share or they got an update for one of the blog posts. And once they get here, they read their blog post and they go on their way. Okay, so a blog is not necessarily set up to generate a lot of page views, or is not set up to have a person clicking around to 2, 3, 4 pages at one time. So you're going to see a higher bounce rate with a blog. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means that your blog is doing the job. If you want more visits or you want more pages visited every time a person comes to your blog, you are going to want to do a couple of things differently. So the first thing I would suggest for Steve here is that I would get above the fold another opportunity to visit another page on your blog. So for example, if you want a person to take a look at your purpose page here, which is a category page meaning that when a person comes here, this is just listing out all the other posts that are underneath this purpose category. So if you want them to come to a different page and engage with other content on that first visit, you may want to first describe or provide a little bit more information about what is in the purpose, plan, productivity, and platform areas. Because a lot of times people don't like clicking when they don't know what's going to happen after they click. So I would provide a brief description on these pages as well. Second thing is that usually with this particular theme, if you can have a drop down, and you may want to put specific content that pertains to purpose underneath each one of these areas here. So purpose, plan, productivity, and platform. So what that might mean for you is actually creating maybe a special report or an ebook that goes along with each one of these areas, that when a person rolls over it, they will see a call to action to visit a particular page or landing page. That's another way of getting people to go to another page once they get done reading that initial blog post. Another suggestion I would have for you, Steve, is that in your bio box, you may want to make these links here, or these words here: productivity, platform, plan, and passion, which are other areas of your blog. You may want to go ahead and make those linkable. Okay, so as they get to the bottom of the post, they will see your about and your author box, and they will have an opportunity to link to another blog, or should I say another blog page. So that's another thing that you can do there. One more piece here is that if your intent is to have people stick around on your blog longer, you are providing them a quick way of leaving your blog with your advertising. Now, I'm not sure about what your revenue model is. I would hope that before you try advertising that you're getting at least 200, maybe even 300,000 page views a month. At that point, you will be making enough money from your advertising to justify people leaving your blog and going to other sites. So by having this ad here, you are naturally going to be increasing your bounce rate because people are going to most likely click off on this particular banner. With that being said, it may not be a bad thing that your bounce rate is probably reflecting people clicking on your ads. So if you are making money on your ads via AdSense, or if this is linked to some sort of affiliate marketing arrangement, it may not be a bad thing that you have more a higher bounce rate, because that means that people are just clicking on things you want them to, and you're making revenue from that. I would definitely say that as I go through your blog and I'm looking at your sidebar here, and usually your sidebar is where you have the opportunity to engage people or have them stick around. What I'm seeing here is you may want to move your top posts up a little bit higher, okay? It's just because when in this view right here, and I try to adjust my window size so it simulates what a person would see above the fold. And as you can see here, I am looking at your email newsletter and I'm seeing your share icons. Now, most of the time, share icons doesn't keep people on the site. As a matter of fact, when they click on those, that is leading people off of the site. I would prioritize this top posts a little bit higher. So I actually would put this up above the share icons and move the share icons here to the third position underneath your top posts, just to give a little bit more visibility to your top posts. You've done a good job here by providing your thumbnails for each one of your posts, which provides a visual interest and gets people to click on those because you're interested in reading these other topics. So that is another strong tactic that you use. But you can take that one step further and increase the number of blog posts that are shown here under top posts. Increase that to 5. I'm sorry, you already have it on 5. I would say increase that to 10, even 15 posts, because since this widget is providing such a great look at, or a great layout for your top posts, creating or allowing this widget to show even more, 10 would provide your audience with a terrific index to their top posts that are on your site. The drawback to that is that you may lose some revenue from this Amazon banner that you have here. But like I said before, if you're not making a ton of money from your advertising, it may be hurting you versus helping you. You may want people to stick around your blog longer because that's going to accomplish your goals. So if that's the case, you may want to go with increasing the number of top posts from just 5 here to 10. A great example of that is Copyblogger's blog. And let me see if I can go over there and let you take a look and illustrate this for you. This is one of the things I believe Copyblogger does very well that people really don't key in on. So I'm going to go to Copyblogger and see if I can go directly to their blog here. Here we go. What you see here is, first of all, you get blog updates. And then you have your free ebooks and courses, which takes you to another opportunity to register. And these are what I call category pages, which are single purpose landing pages that people can go to and get a more focused index on certain topics. This also is doing very well for them from a search engine optimization standpoint. I wanted you to focus in on these popular articles here. And you can see here that Copyblogger has what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Oh my gosh. So Copyblogger has about what, 30 blog posts titles on this page. Why would they do that? Well, they do that because they know that providing these posts is going to get you to, is more likely to get you to see other articles that you will like and you will click off on, decreasing their bounce rate. So you may want to do the exact same thing, Steve, when taking a look at your particular blog. You may want to expand this out and you actually have a much more attractive popular posts or top post area than Copyblogger has. You have these great thumbnails here, which I believe will work well for you. So that's what I would do to handle your bounce rate issue that you have on your site. Okay, so really your friend and your ally in decreasing your bounce rate is definitely top posts and recent posts, as well as providing more of a description for each of your menu items that allows people to understand what they're going to be clicking to next. Okay, and that will get them to more likely want to click off to another area. Let me give you an example of someone who does this really well. And this would be Smart Passive Income. This blog is done by Pat Flynn. And as you can see here, he's actually done a blog post redesign, which I think is very, very good. But I'm going to show you something here. Up top here in his navigation, do you see what he's doing here? He has home, which takes you back to start, about, who is Pat Flynn, blog, get the latest. What he's actually doing here is telling you what is behind each one of these links, which I think is a very strong way of, or a very good strategy of getting someone to click to another page because they know what they're going to get. So I would definitely emulate that if you can. All right. And he's also given a lot of great opportunities to get to other parts of his website that are going to be interesting to his audience. So definitely take a look at that. So let's pop back over to your site. And the second thing that you wanted to talk about was low traffic. Okay. Now, low traffic is symptomatic of a couple of things. Some of them you can control, some of them you can't, all right? And you're going to just need to be a little bit more patient. The first thing is that if this is a new blog, and let me see if I can see how long you've been around. I wonder if you have an archives page. We'll type in archive here, see if that gets me to an archive page for you. Okay, it does. So we can see all your pages here, your categories. So I can see from here that you've been around since 2010. Looks like you took a little bit of a hiatus in 2011 and 2012 and started back up again in 2013. But for 2013, it looks like you've been posting every month. So your recent posts are showing pretty much all of your posts. Let's see if we can go to this one. This is going back to June. So for about 6 months, it looks like you have about so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would say, just doing a rough estimation, 30 blog posts, which means that you've probably been posting every week. And I think that that's a good posting schedule, okay, for you. So you've done the minimum there. If you want to increase your traffic, you may want to take a look at increasing the number of posts that you do. So that could be just as simple as doing a wrap-up post of resources and articles that you've read on a weekly basis. Okay, that would add 2 posts a week, which would double the amount of posts that you do. The reason why increasing the number of posts work well is because it simply is a numbers game. It puts more pages into Google's index and into Bing's index which increases the opportunity that more people will see your content, come to your blog, and either share or become repeat readers. So increasing your blog posts is just a great way of doing that. So if you don't have a lot of original content, you can create one curated post, which is that weekly wrap-up post that I just suggested to increase the number of posts that you do on a weekly basis. So that's number one. Number two is right here, your email newsletter. I would speculate that you're probably not getting a high conversion on this. You're probably getting a decent conversion, meaning that maybe 0.5% or 1% of the people who come to your site are signing up for this. But the problem is that number one, email newsletter, people hate two things. They don't want to get more email and they don't want to get more newsletters. Most people are overloaded. Every day I may get 5 or 6 people unsubscribing from my list just because they're just culling or trimming the amount of newsletters that they're getting or emails that they're getting. So I just know that people are not that excited about email newsletters. So that's number one. Number two is that you're not providing a good reason to sign up for your email, okay? And that's just simply, see, you have here, sign up to receive email updates and to hear what's going on with us. That particular statement is all about you. It's not about what they will receive. And when people are coming to your site, they're looking for what is in it for them. So you want to change that language around. So first of all, you may want to say, get the latest life planning, life design, or get the latest productivity, purpose, and planning tips that will help you get the most out of life and be content with what you have and looking forward to your future, or something along those lines. Obviously, I'm making it up as I go, but you want to provide a benefit to your reader. So I would put that definitely right here. So I would definitely give this a different name so people can see that it's just going to be quick updates or quick weekly updates, and give them a very good reason to sign up. Another thing that you want to do is, unless you are actively using the first name for blog updates, I would take out this field and just use email. All right. And for your go button here, go is not going to be as strong as telling them exactly what they get. So start receiving your updates now. That can be the title or the label for this button. Okay. And your privacy guarantee is good. I would keep that there, but I would try to personalize it just to let people know that this is not kind of a throwaway statement or a boilerplate statement for you. So I always put, I won't spam you because my mama raised me right. Okay. And I put that on all of my opt-in forms because I want people to understand that I've actually took a look at that particular field and I take it seriously. So you may want to do something along those lines. So what does it get you to improve your email newsletter? Well, what it gets you is that, number one, you're going to get more people signing up. And when you have more people signing up, that means that every new blog post, you're going to get more people visiting your site to check out that new blog post, which translates into more visits. All right. So this is one of those blocking and tackling, passing and dribbling fundamental things that you can do to help you do better in terms of attracting more visitors. Okay. So that's one thing. Now let's do something here. I just want to check on something. I just want to see if I'm going to check one of your how to make successful decisions here. And what I'm going to do is look at your source code. Okay, and that's going to tell me something. So the source code is all that HTML behind the scenes. Okay, and you actually could tell a lot about a site by doing this. What I'm looking for here is I'm going through and I'm looking for if you have meta tags set up. And oh, I see it right here. You do have your description and you do have your keywords here. These keywords, just so you know, decisions, productivity, single word keywords are very, very hard, very difficult, unless you are Wikipedia or Amazon or CNN to rank for. So that's number one. You're not getting a lot of index traffic or a lot of search traffic from having your pages being indexed because you're picking some really competitive keywords. Okay. And your description here, this article will help you learn how to make the more successful decisions that will help you live your life on purpose and be more happy and fulfilled. This is actually showing up in Google, okay, when a person sees that, and you will immediately see that the keywords that you're hopefully trying to rank well for, which could be productivity, that you have in your keywords here, it's not showing up in the description. So that in and of itself will hurt you a bit. If a person is typing in productivity and they should come across your page in Google, they don't see anything in the description that talks about productivity, okay? And there is nothing in the title that says productivity, okay? So these three areas are a mismatch. So you may want to take a look at that. That's hurting your traffic. That's hurting what you're getting from the traffic that you're getting from Google, okay? So I am not going to even try to say that I am a SEO expert, but some of the simple things that you want to do from that standpoint is that you do want to understand which keywords you're going after, which keywords you want to rank well for. And right now you've picked some very big areas to focus in on. Purpose, plan, productivity. Those are huge, broad keywords, okay, that some very rich and popular and successful companies and individuals are going after. So you're going to have to find a niche for your blog that allows you to talk to a smaller group of people and do a much better job at ranking well on the search engine. So I can just tell that just from looking at your title, how to make more successful decisions. That itself is a huge topic. It doesn't allow me to see if you're talking about something specific. Who are you talking to? Who is your audience? Is it a very small group of people that you're talking to? Are you just talking to men? Are you talking to husbands? Are you talking to fathers with small kids? You really want to narrow in on a very specific group of people. And when you do that, first of all, you're going to start attracting those people, but you're also going to start doing better in Google, because Google loves to present relevant content on very defined subjects. Okay, so right now Google is trying to rank you among the billions of people who are going after, or I should say the billions of web pages that are trying to be ranked for the term productivity. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type in the term productivity as one word. Okay, and as you can see here, we have over 61 million people going after productivity. Number one on this is Wikipedia. Okay, one thing I would just want you to look at, and I know that my search engine results are going to really be influenced by my own search behavior, but one thing I want you to notice is that I'm going to refresh this and see if I get something different. Okay, no, I didn't. Do you notice that there is no one trying to advertise for the term productivity? It's because it's one of those terms that's just insanely expensive to go after because it's so competitive, okay? And most of the sites that are going to rank well for it, take a look. Wikipedia.org, all right? They have hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of search engine pages indexed. Productivity.com, someone who got very lucky. And then you have news on productivity, which includes Forbes, MSNBC, and the News International. You have the government website. You have a free dictionary. So what you're seeing here is incredibly powerful and authoritative links on that term productivity. All right. So it's going to be very hard for your blog to do well, for stevespring.org to do well in there. So that's the reason why you're going to have to focus on a very specific niche. Okay. So that's the second thing I would say in terms of traffic. All right. Look at your search engine optimization. I invite you, and I invite everyone who has a problem or they're trying to figure out their search engine optimization. I would encourage you guys to go to More Readers on pushingsocial.com and actually sign up for my blog marketing video course. In the very first video, I talk about some very practical and easy to do SEO changes you can make to your blog to rank better and to focus in on a specific term and a specific niche so that you can actually gain more readers. So that would be my suggestion there. let's take another quick look and see if there's anything quickly that you can do to get more readers. Okay. One other thought is that, and you've done a good job of putting your social share icons right in the sweet spot so people see that. I think that's great. And one thing that you may want to do, and I'm going to go to your archive page really quickly. I know that it's not working properly, but I'm going to see something here. I'm going to go to your archive page and I'm going to look to see if anybody else has written for your blog. So that normally shows up as authors. Okay, and it looks like you have done all of the posting on this blog, which makes sense too. But here's the thing, maybe you would want to start soliciting people or make it available for people to write for you. Okay, so what you would do is put a write for, stevespring.org or write for Live Your Life on Purpose and invite people to submit blog posts to you. What you will see there is that you are going to get a lot of people who are not going to be diligent or be professional and send you articles that make sense for your blog. So you're going to have to weed them out. But you will get, I would say over a course of the year, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 great blog posts per month from people who have something really cool to say. And they understand how guest posting works. And when you put their post on your blog, they're going to go out and they're going to promote your blog for you because they're going to want people to come to see their blog posts on your platform, on your blog. So I would say that something you may want to try is start a guest blog posting program and solicit people to come in and offer you their guest posts. So that is all I have for this particular episode of Fix My Blog. I think this blog is off to a great start. Steve, stick with it. I think you've done some really good things. You've done some important things right. The other things that you need to work on, I think, is well within your ability to do. And I look forward to seeing how well your blog does in the future. And if you would like to have your blog featured on Fix My Blog, just go to Pushing Social and you can look for the Fix My Blog episodes under More Readers. And I also will be putting up a more visible promotion for Fix My Blog here in the days to come. But if you go to Fix My Blog, see episodes, and you will get a link here that you can start the process of submitting your blog to be on Fix My Blog. Thank you for coming by, listening for this episode, and I look forward to talking and meeting with you in the future.